For the first time, I was asked a question that I found to be incredibly ironic, and it kind of made me chuckle because I'm out here in these streets talking about this word like it's the best thing since sliced bread. I harp on about this topic and this word so much. I've spoken to so many wonderful women about this topic and this word. It is the operative word in the Balance in Bloom diaries and Babes Seeking Balance. And the question was, Merisa, how would you define balance? And I'm yet to pop up on any of my platforms and speak to it. So I thought I would take the opportunity. First things first, let's get the dictionary definition out of the way because I don't want y'all coming for me, all right? I see you. An even distribution of weight enabling someone or something to remain upright and steady, a condition in which different elements are equal or in the correct proportions, mental or emotional stability, an amount left over after deductions or an amount available, or a weighing device used to measure mass. Listen, your girl's a Libra, she gets it, okay? She totally gets it. She wants that equilibrium, she wants that even keel, she wants that even distribution, all of that good stuff. But what I will say, when I'm referring to balance in any of these conversations that take place, or indeed in reference to the Balance in Bloom podcast or Babe Seeking Balance, I'm referring to not a formula, but a feeling. What helps me feel anchored when life feels like a juggling act? Which parts of my routine feel grounding instead of draining? What are some of the little things that I can do for myself when it feels like everyone and everything requires my attention? For me, I will never define balance as an even or perfect distribution of my time and energy. It's just not going to happen. And if I'm going to be so for real right now, sometimes it feels like productive chaos. Like real talk, it feels like productive chaos. It doesn't make sense to anyone. There's a method to my madness that I and only I understand. But on other days, it feels like productivity, less the chaos. Now, before someone says something, because I can hear someone saying something, my productivity is not the measurement of my worth or value. I just want to get that out there one time for the one time. But I do place importance on productivity because I got a lot going on. I've got things to do. I need to get through my day. So yes, your girl is going to speak to productivity, but there are levels to this. There are absolutely levels to this. And that productivity would not exist in heaven, earth, or hell if there are certain things that aren't aligned for me from the start of my day. Now, the AM is my peak time, my peak time for my energy to come through. If I could bounce off these walls, I would, trust me. But it's not something I can do. So I've learned that having these slow mornings is what actually allows me to steadily get through my day. That kind of exertion of energy is a bit more tempered throughout the day instead of, flinging back the duvet, jumping up and getting going, because that is literally what I would do previously. But I've learned now that's not what needs to happen. What needs to happen and what's been working for me is physically getting up slowly, having thanked the Lord for blessing me for another day. I will get to journaling. I will get to writing prayers for myself and for others. I will then, if I feel called to, do some movement, some stretching, my guided meditation, make a nourishing breakfast, head to the gym if it's a gym day, and get going. Before I head to the gym, I will say I connect with the digital world. Then that's when I pick up my phone, look through my emails, look through the socials, all of those things there. And listen, we listen and we do not judge, okay, for this next part, especially given Tiger's verse. But I always listen to Blessed by Shensia. At the beginning when she says Shensia, I say, I'm Merisa. I just replaced it there, just replaced the lyrics there for a little bit, because I really feel like it's important to just affirm myself in this way while moving about, while shaking that tail feather, okay? Like I said, we listen, we don't judge. I do definitely want to make it clear that I know not everyone has the time to do this in the mornings. I feel very much like I'm so privileged to do this in the mornings. And honestly, there are mornings where I probably shouldn't be moving so slowly. But the fact is, if I don't, you're not going to get the best of me. And to be honest, sometimes that's just what it is. You're not going to get the best of me every day anyway. I can strive towards that. I can work towards that. And I absolutely want to give that. But if I am explaining an ideal situation, this is how my mornings will usually start. And I just need to emphasize these are my mornings. It's not an expectation that I'm pushing on anyone else. I definitely took the scenic route in answering this question. So this is the TLDR. I don't define balance as giving equal time or energy to everything. It's about honoring my priorities, understanding what needs my attention most, and recognizing, I think most importantly, recognizing that whatever today's balance looks like may not be reflected tomorrow. Ultimately, it's a feeling, a sense of steadiness against the inevitable ebb and flow of life, because life be lifing.